Hello, in this video, I'm going to just give you a quick little rundown on how to use my classroom webpage. Now, this is not a Google Class webpage. You do not need to use any kind of password to get in, but I should walk you through it real quick, and you should ensure that you will find all your notes and a handful of YouTube videos that were not done overly great, but they'll get the point across and help you through your school year. So if you pull up any internet browser and just even go to, if you know the web address for the actual class, great. But if you even just type in your school webpage, that'll get you where you need to go. So in this case, Lloydminster Comprehensive High School. If you want, click on menu in the top right-hand corner, and then you might have to scroll all the way down. If you're on your phone, it might look a little bit different. So be note of that. Find your teacher website. This should load up. I think I'm the only one with a class website that's through our school servers here. So if you go click on that, it'll take you to the main page. Now the main page I find is only really useful for me, but the main page does have links to your course. So if you're in Physics 30, you click there. If you're in Physical Science 20, you click there. Science 10, obviously you click there. If you are considering doing any kind of relearn reassess over the course of the semester, there's the policy right here, and here's the application form that you can fill out. I'll leave you to do that. But at the bottom of this page is my calendar, which is going to be a little bit more congested for you guys because this has all of my classes in there, so I can see what's going on any given day. You would probably want to be specific to your course. So in this case, I'm going to click on Physics 30 as my example. And so when you get to Physics 30, if you want to see your course outline, which you should have on day one, that'll actually tell you where the website is. So you'll get this on day one if you don't already have it. This is the web address here that I'm on right now. If you want to get to it with your phone right now, you can just do a quick little click on this because I'm going to just email this out to you after all. If you're watching this on a computer screen, of course. I don't know how you do those QR codes if you're already watching the screen. It goes over everything. I'll leave this to you to read. Mainly though, I will point out that there's a midterm in this class. It's worth 30%, your quizzes and labs. If we do labs this year, with all these variants that are going around, I don't know if we're gonna get to you guys touching any equipment. But anyways, your quizzes and labs will be a total of 40% of the year, and your final exams were 30% of the year. And then there's your expectations and procedures. You know, you're in grade 12. If you're watching this in grade 12, even if you're watching this in grade 10 or 11, it shouldn't be overly different than previous years for school. So you can give that a quick little read. For my grade 12s, it is a pretty heavy course, Physics 30. So you will be expected to do lots of homework, unfortunately. So if we go back to the previous web page, see, I'm going to open up just the Physics 30 course. So there we go. I'll scroll down as a quick little example of what's on here. So things that you would want to look at if you're studying for your grade 12 final exams, you can click here and it'll take you through a series of web links that'll kind of get you prepared for the Saskatchewan departmental exams. I'll highlight this in class maybe closer to June if you're curious. I have a link to an online free textbook that has lots of video links on how to do basically all the physics we're going to do. I have 3 textbooks linked online, or 2 textbooks, sorry, one stopped working, so I took it out. I have 2 textbooks working online that you can actually access at any given point. So here's the Pearson Physics one, right? The entire textbook is here, all 928 pages of it. So if you need to access anything, I'll just do a random little scroll and then watch the internet crash. There we go. So it has basically everything you'd want to know. I link through some of these pages occasionally in the course outline or in the coursework, and you have access to information is what I'm getting at. So if I go back, this textbook's here, the second textbook for my Physics 30, of course. This is a much nicer one because it actually is a, oops, it remembers the last thing I looked at. It actually opens up like a textbook, and you can flip through the pages and zoom in, zoom out. It's a little bit blurry at the moment. If you zoom in, it gets less blurry, and it has, once again, everything you possibly want in a textbook, right? You have problems loaded up. You can see what's going on there. And it's, again, almost another 1,000 pages of information. So you have textbooks available to you. I think this just links to Khan Academy. I'm not going to open that up in the moment. These links here link to some Edmonton public school websites, just as another example of places where you can learn some information. But for you guys, the most important stuff is your work booklets. So these are where all your problems are. Unit 1 is there, Unit 2 is there, Unit 3, 4, 5. You should all have a copy of this Unit 1 outline coursework at the moment. It has all of your practice problems in it. They're all there for you to see. But where to get your notes, you'd have to scroll down to the calendar. So for instance, today, if today is the first day, your introductions, I don't really have much on here there for notes. If you want to open that up as an example, I'm not going to in this video. I'm going to open up part 2 of our class because these are 2-hour classes. So I just kind of put 2 groupings of 1-hour lessons side by side. I didn't remake these things. So you'll see most of the time you'll see 2 lessons in one day. If you'll notice on the 21st, there's just 1 lesson. So I think for the most part, we'll be working on just some random problems after the actual lesson. So sometimes there's going to be lessons that are pretty in depth, and I know that they're going to be difficult for you guys. And so ideally, I'll make sure there's some time for you to work in some in-class Ask Me problems, because the math behind Physics 30 is pretty difficult for some. So the first day here, we'll do grade 10 review, and it kind of, sometimes I pretty much write a story in here, just give it a read. So for instance, it says this description, this class will be your basic grade 10 review. Notes are found here. So if you open that up, I'm gonna open up in a new tab because I'm not done with this. Then there's video lessons where you'll basically get sent to either YouTube videos that I've made, where sometimes it's just me reading through notes and saying the odd thing or going through problems. And sometimes it's going to be videos to other people. So if you scroll down, you'll see extras sometimes, anything that I think might help you if you're having troubles. And then often I'll put links to other people's videos. If I think either they do a better job of it, or maybe I just figure you're sick and tired of listening to me. Generally, if I tell my students to, if I'm kind of long-winded, which sometimes I am, do put the YouTube videos on 1.5 times speed. Sometimes I'll stutter, and I do realize that's annoying. I'm not really happy to make YouTube videos, but I will, kind of like right now. But by and large, most of the notes, so I clicked on this here, most of the notes are available to you. They should open up. The animations probably won't work. So if you're watching this, if you're doing this in class, this thing is a video game animation of the car moving, but it's just a screen capture for the most part. Sometimes they'll be filled in if I just quickly scroll down. All right, so sometimes they're filled in from one of the previous times I taught the lessons. Sometimes they're not. Most of the time they should be filled in, but this is essentially what I go through in class. If there's a video that links to it, a YouTube video, it will often be me kind of going through these notes as well. But by and large, you have these notes available to you. And that's the main thing I want to get across today. So this is just the example of the grade 12 website, grade 10 website's pretty much the same idea, grade 11 website's pretty much the same idea. So if you ever have questions about it, just send me an email, but all of your stuff should be posted for the entire year. There's videos for almost every lesson. There's notes for almost every lesson except for work periods. And at that point, I would just kind of expect you to work on problems. If you have any questions, please send me an email and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. And have yourself a good day.